Okay, I've just finished my Epyc 9654 build. In terms of hardware fit out and config, I just need to work on that cable management there, as you can see. So if you have any tips on that, please feel free to drop it in the comments, because I would be eager to learn. So in terms of case for this one, I've gone the Fantex Enthoo Pro 2 Server Edition, and the reason for that choice was mainly this radiator. That was the primary reason for buying the case, because it's a 400mm wide radiator. In most cases only fit the 960 mils. The bonus for this case is actually this fan shroud, which points directly onto the VRMs. I think that's a hidden gem in terms of hardware mining. You really do want to keep your VRM temps low so that you don't do any damage to the motherboard. I've seen a lot of people on the forums talking about getting more hashes, but no one's really talking about getting those VRM temps down, and VRM temps can result in throttling, crashing, burning out chips and so forth, so it's really important. The back fan that I've got there is the Corsair 120mm magnetic levitation fan. The three fans at the front is the Noctua industrial PPC fans. The reason I've gone for these is they push a lot of air, and they do it at 3000 RPMs, which is the most I've been able to see on the market. I've gone a 1000 watt power supply, which is tucked in down here. On the motherboard itself, I've got six sticks of 16 gig 4800 RAM, and I opted to go for the consumer grade 9654 chip, and the reason why was I wasn't sure when it came to the engineering samples how long their life would actually be mining at 100% 24/7, and also from a resellability point of view, having the proper consumer grade chip is probably going to have more value in the future. So in terms of the build, we're done. As far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty unique build. I didn't go for purely ROI. When I finish mining with this thing, I'm just going to use it as a server for my home. So I did want to be sure that it did contain quality parts and not cheap parts just to get hashes. That wasn't my approach here, so obviously you're going to need a much higher budget, but considering what you're getting here, I feel like it is decent value. Considering this is like an enterprise server that I've got sitting in my room, so I don't know, that's just me. I understand the approach of going purely for ROI and getting as much hashes as possible, but I think when you skimp out on fans and things like that, it could be a fire hazard, it could just burn out chips. It just wasn't my approach here. This thing does get, at this stage, around 79 to 80,000 hashes on XMRIG. That is because I haven't filled all 12 slots of RAM. I do plan on doing that. It is quite expensive, so I might mine a bit for a while to pay for that upgrade. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm planning on putting the case together and really just putting this in a corner and letting it mine. I will have a little side note at the end of this video, and that is for anyone doing the same build or has questions, please let me know. If you are building a similar rig, if you can see that little green light there, there's another one on the motherboard as well, which does light up the second you put power into it. Don't freak out if you can't power it up within 10 seconds, because initially I did freak out thinking I did something wrong, but it's just the motherboard itself doing its checks to make sure that everything's okay. Then it will allow you to power up after that 10-second period expires. Also, if you're using Windows 11 for your OS, I found that Windows 11 wouldn't let me install because it didn't support 96 cores, and I had to reduce the number of cores in the BIOS to get that install done and then restore the number of cores after that, and it was all good. So there are few little tweaks you need to do on the software side. That is to be a given with mining and having pieces of equipment like this. I should note it is also valuable to learn how to use the IPMI tool for these motherboards, because that's pretty much how I control these fans. And by control, I really mean just set it to full and let them go at full blast. If anyone has questions, let me know. I'm going to seal this thing up and get to mining. See ya.